Hey everybody, it's Justin with Sillage Scents. Today I've got another one of those crazy $20 clones from MAISON Alhambra, an offshoot of Lattafa. I'm going to do a side-by-side with the original. This is one, again, that I'm blown away at what they can do for $20. It doesn't even make sense. But before we get going, please remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that. Give the video a like if you get something out of it, and let me know down in the comments, have you tried this one? And if so, what do you think about it? I am talking about MAISON Alhambra's Glacier Noir. Can you tell what this is a clone of? Let me know if this looks familiar. And so they are shameless in the way that they do their presentation. I mean, packaging all the way around. Of course, the bottles look quite different. And so Glacier Noir is the name of the fragrance, if I can get this can open. And it's interesting. They did something different with the bottle on this one. They didn't even try to mimic the shape. I guess it's cheaper to do something like this. Glacier Noir. It's, of course, a clone of Le Parfum. Now, I love this fragrance, the original Le Parfum. It is a gorgeous vanilla fragrance with a touch of aromatics, but it's also got a nice cardamom spiciness, and my absolute favorite facet of the fragrance is it has a touch of iris, and it is iris in the same way that you'll find in like Dior Homme Intense or Valentino Uomo Intense, that kind of makeup bag iris. It is here in this fragrance, and in this one, it's very discernible. It's not as strong as Givenchy Gentleman EDP or the Valentino or the Dior that I mentioned, but it's definitely there. And to me, mixing with that cardamom and being lifted up by that sweet vanilla, it is just mesmerizing. I love it. It's one of my favorite fragrances that I've picked up in the past couple years. I've put it in like 10 out of 10 masterpiece fragrance videos, and I think it really deserves to be there. So my one question going into this clone was, does this fragrance right here, Glacier Le Noir, does it have the lipsticky iris? And other than that, I want to let you know the answer to that. And of course, other than that, I want to let you know, how does the fragrance profile altogether compare? So I'm going to do a side-by-side. I did this whenever I got it in, but I'm going to do it live here. And so first, on my left hand, I'm going to spray the MAISON Alhambra. As soon as you spray it, you know exactly what they're going for. And I got to be honest, haven't even put it up to my nose yet, but as soon as you spray it, you do discern the lipsticky iris a little bit. And so that's the MAISON Alhambra. And I will tell you that the intensity of this one does not really match the Le Male. And what I mean is the power of the spice, and to be honest, the intensity of the iris does not match the JPG. However, it's incredibly, incredibly similar. And so I'm going to spray the JPG on my other hand here. I probably shouldn't have sprayed so much. I was already wearing something, and now I've got 6 sprays of this DNA. But, well, now that I have them side by side, the intensity side by side is a lot closer than my brain was telling me. And so in the JPG, you do get really only a touch more of the iris. You get maybe a touch more of the spice, but they are pretty close. I already knew that they're pretty close, but sorry, it's kind of freaking me out a little. I wasn't expecting it. I think whenever I first did it, maybe I only did 1 spray of each, and 1 spray of each, the JPG significantly had the MAISON Alhambra beat. But now that I have them side by side, they're a lot closer than I initially thought. And so here's just sort of a summary. Here's what I can tell you about the similarity and the performance of the two. The original Le Male Parfum is a 10 plus hour fragrance on me easily. I will spray it on in the morning and I'm still getting wafts of it, between 7 a.m. up until 5, 6 p.m. at the end of a workday. It's still very much present on me. The MAISON ALHAMBRA, I would say easily 7 or 8 hours. I'm still able to discern it. I'll still get occasional wafts of it, but I do think the JPG is a little stronger, a little longevity. That being said, 7 or 8 hours is pretty legit for the MAISON ALHAMBRA. Not all clones have that kind of performance, but to me, my particular biology, this profile does very well on my skin, and I don't tend to go nose blind to this kind of a fragrance. I will say the quality of the JPG is noticeable. I think that's why the spiciness is a little more attention grabbing in the JPG, and the iris, because apparently it's hard to do that lipsticky iris cheap and to do it well. I really only have a couple clones that do that well. Usually you're looking at $100 fragrance to have a very nice kind of makeup bag lipsticky iris. If you know what I'm talking about. So altogether, I would say this is like a 90% similar clone. The performance is pretty good at 7 or 8 hours, not quite the 10 plus hours that I get from the JPG. The fragrance profile is very, very similar. You get the vanilla, you get the cardamom, you get the iris, and then there's a little bit of an aromatic touch as well. And so you get all of those main facets. I would just say the 10% difference is 10% intensity and quality, which again is kind of par for the course when you compare a good clone to the original. So I would say this is a good clone, and you can kind of go into it with that expectation, knowing that it's not a one-to-one, and you do actually get something for the extra $60 to $80 that you pay for the JPG. So that has been my review of, again, these two fragrances right here, or my comparison, my review of this one right here. Good clone, highly recommended. I'll leave a link in the description where you can pick this up for 20 bucks unless they sell out at that price. So I am Justin. This has been Sillage Scents. Remember to sub to the channel and let me know in the comments if you've tried this. Thanks.